Hello and welcome to the Man I Love Film audio tour. Man I Love Film is a show put together by a small group of local students exploring film and darkroom photography. The students worked alongside their instructor, Sage Mend. In the last few months, the students worked diligently to improve their techniques in film photography, darkroom techniques, and conceptual understanding in their individual practices. This show is open throughout the month of May, and all works are available for purchase. Special thanks to the Jacoby Arts Center for hosting this show, and to Riverbender News for documenting the importance of the show at this moment. You can find the Riverbender article about the show and a longer interview with Mend by visiting riverbender.com. Their instructor, Sage Mend, is a textile artist and film photographer from Knoxville, Tennessee. She received her Master of Fine Arts from the School of the Art Institute of Chicago in 2020 and her Bachelor of Arts from Principia College. Specializing in fiber and material studies, she worked with each student to broaden their understanding of film practices, urging them to pair their personal concepts with what they were capturing on film. Our tour will start on the right side of the room by the door. Each group of prints is the works of one of the 10 students, as well as some of Sage's works. I will give you brief pause in between each student section, but feel free to pause the recording at any time to appreciate the artwork. Let's begin. Lindsay Wamhoff is in her second semester at Lewis and Clark and is using film for the first time. Her dad credits genetics, as he fell in love with film almost 30 years ago. Lindsay captures her passions, as seen in her print, Bunnycraft, showcasing another hobby she loves. She also expresses her love for her sister and dog in her print, A Girl and Her Dog, capturing their affection. Lindsay enjoys photographing interesting subjects, such as in her print, Throw Me a Roll. Lambert's, a family staple, is known for tossing rolls to customers, which inspires Lindsay. She strives for strong contrast and focal points in her artwork. Azriel Stormer is a student who is willing to dabble in any art medium he can, just for the sake of it. Azriel usually works with textiles, only recently taking on photography this last semester. Outside of school, Azriel is a cosplayer who enjoys making costumes of his favorite characters and attending conventions. His print, He's Right Behind Me, Isn't He?, is a double exposure of Azriel's cat, Morgana. It is one of his personal favorites among his works. This next series is a first attempt at documenting the furry fandom in the St. Louis and surrounding regions on film. Sage Mend and James Pepper collaborated to explore creating pictorial narratives from various personas. Film is important because it's going against the grain of what's popular. It's going against the grain of popularized digital photography, but also society by extension. I think film lends itself to those kinds of subcultural genres because it is a subcultural medium. This small series documents the personal slow pull and allure into the fandom for both artists. Abigail Herman is a film and digital photographer currently finishing her certificate in photography at LC, and she is set to graduate at the end of this semester. The past few months, Abigail explored portraiture and film photography, a continuation of her previous darkroom photography experience. She loves contrast photos, and she focuses on purposeful lighting and drama. Many of these photographs feature in-camera double exposures such as In the Garden and sepia-toned black and white prints. Additionally, Abigail specializes in portraits and detail shots, always focusing on the angle of light. Her delicate use of dodging and burning techniques are implemented to highlight her everyday life, drawing attention to the delicacies of precious moments. Abigail also works with school, dance, and seniors at her job with Through a Lens Photography. Sky Kids is a series by Sage Mend of eclipse images documenting the recent eclipse in 100% totality in southern Illinois. An attempt to capture the uncapturable on film led to documenting friends looking up at the eclipse. Sky Kids explores the use of solarization as a reversal technique to visually mimic shadow bands witnessed during the eclipse. Judah Davenport is graduating with an Associate's in Arts from LC. He likes funky, macabre art. They possess strong opinions on art and culture. Judah's favorite piece is his print, Second to Last Temptation of Christ, because of the amount of time and effort that went into making and the experimental techniques and materials that went into making it. James Pepper is a film and digital photographer currently completing his certificate in photography at LC. He is set to graduate at the end of the semester and plans to further his studies in photography at Webster University. Notable among his works are the Holga series, comprising 4 images captured with a Holga camera. This toy camera, known for its low optical quality and limited features, imbues the images with a soft aesthetic. Many of these photographs feature double and triple exposures. Additionally, James specializes in double exposure prints, exemplified by his 16 by 20 print, Powering the City. Creating this piece was particularly challenging, as it involved blending 2 images seamlessly. Furthermore, James has experience in flash film photography, demonstrated in his work Katie and Gray, which was shot in a studio using Studio Flash to achieve a flowing effect. Bailey Rideout is a film and digital photographer who is getting her certificate in photography at Lewis and Clark at the end of May this year. Photography is something that she is passionate about because it allows her to express herself freely through her art. Film photography is something that she really enjoys, and her work often involves humor. This is her 2nd year taking it, and she will continue her education and passion in photography at St. Louis Community College in the fall to get her associates in photography. Film is exciting to her because you don't know what you are going to get until you develop the film and make prints. One of her favorite prints is an image looking up the bridge of her guitar called Echoes of 6 Strings because it captures part of her personality. Anna Fink is a film photography student who originally entered the class as an elective option. Little did she know how much she would learn about this art. Anna is graduating in May 2024 with her Associate's in Science degree and will continue on to a radiology program. These works reflect months of dedicated work in the darkroom, exploring personal themes of pageantry, beauty, and trap shooting as part of her everyday life. New to the medium, she presents a strong understanding of value within these prints. Her print, Hello Gorgeous, is a double exposure print, and the beginning of moving beyond her understanding of dodging and burning techniques into a more complex technical realm. Various techniques are utilized to continue her questioning of representative and physical beauty. Sierra Wilson is graduating this week with an Associates of Science from LC. She plans to earn her Master of Science in Dietetics at NIU. Her art often involves observing people in candid photos. She enjoys using experimental elements in her print pieces and strives for her artistic vision for each one. Her piece, Justice for None, was taken in downtown Chicago. She felt very moved and shocked by the scene being witnessed. Minutes after the photo was taken, an ambulance arrived and whisked the man on the ground away. Her print, Cave Composition, won honorable mention in the 2024 Lewis and Clark CC Annual Student Art Show, and the piece, Home Improvement, won 3rd place in the 2021 Lewis and Clark CC Annual Student Art Show. Haley Hammer is graduating this semester with an associate's degree in arts. She has discovered a newfound passion for shooting black and white film and creating silver gelatin prints. Transitioning from digital phone cameras to film was an enjoyable experience for her, as it allowed her to experiment with and understand different forms of artistic mediums. Some of her favorite pieces are high-contrast photos with direct lighting, utilizing methods such as double exposure and solarization. During the process of shooting these photos, she often imagined what the subjects or landscapes would look like in black and white, sometimes using the black and white filter on her phone to get an idea of the lighting and tones on film. Initially, the darkroom was intimidating with its equipment and methods, but it has since become an enjoyable experience for her. For Haley, The meaning behind an image lies in its ability to offer a different perspective and tell a story within itself. Haley's series, In the Woods, features two prints of the same images, with day representing the original method and night showcasing a solarization technique using Solaral Developer. One of her cherished prints is Consumed, which depicts an experimental setup involving a friend, a reading light, and a stool. The simplicity of the setup adds depth to the print, imbuing it with a narrative. Jeanette Carrington is a digital and film photographer, digital artist, and graphic designer who completed her certificate in photography in fall 2023. She is currently pursuing her Associate of Applied Science in Graphic Design with an anticipated graduation date of spring 2025. Jeanette's series, Breathe, explores the concept of breath and breathing and how it is affected by pollution. From the pollution of a factory contrasted with the expansive beauty of the river to the extreme pollution of the Wood River refinery, overwhelming, a beautiful sunset sky, and then finally, the breath of fresh air of a drive down the river road with the towering bluffs and trees along the road. All of these scenes were encountered in a single road trip. We extend our gratitude to everyone for joining us today to appreciate our work. Each of these students has invested countless hours of hard work and dedication into their craft, and it's truly gratifying to witness the results of their efforts. For those interested, many of the prints will be available for sale. Simply speak with any Jacoby attendant for further details. We eagerly anticipate the ongoing progress and development of these talented students.